Hello, hello, hello. Checking in with the Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mantel. No Hillary's here. Hillary Mantel was a large part of my life, but and will continue to be, but not at the moment. So yes, checking in with I think chapter 6 and 7 of this. This being Jonathan Arcada in jail. Him ending up him in jail, um, having sounds like his first wife calling the FBI and busting him, and just he is in jail. He's imprisoned with a child molester. He's in there for a long time, like 156 years or something like that. So he's going to be there forever, for the rest of his life, which, as we know from other parts of this novel, doesn't sound like it's going to be long. Um, and, in a strange way, he's gotten over the shock of it, and he's actually, on principle, trying to make each moment different. So it's like it's not a blend of times. He's working out. He's thinking fondly of the people that he he uh, he basically robbed, I guess, which is interesting because that was my speculation. Is like, is he a monster? But it's like he thinks of, like, it was so nice to have Olivia around as kind of a reminder of his brother. So it was like there was a fondness there. Um, he thinks of Saeed, the Saudi prince, who is now dead. I wonder if basically this was very important to him to financially be successful, and since that probably isn't the case with Jonathan Arceus handling your money, I wonder if he ended up killing himself that way. Um, I don't know if he is actually dead at this point. Um, he doesn't know where Vincent is. She's just disappeared. He asks the reporter about that, and she's like, we don't have any idea. Thought maybe you did. Um, the reporter who's writing a book about him, which he finds flattering. So he is a monster. Um, Someone who's taken advantage of a lot of people with a lot of money. Um, and it's like, they ask, it's like, well, why did you never try and flee? It's like, to be honest, it never occurred to me at the time. Now it's something that he does imagine. He thinks of an alternate life. In some ways, that's how he is coping with being in prison for the rest of his life. Is he's got this idea of an alternate universe where he did flee. He paid window washers to take him down the thing. He dressed all in white like they did, even though it's not like exactly their uniform. It was enough that anyone looking up wouldn't know the difference. And he'd take off and he'd go to Saudi Arabia, though if one of his victims, Saeed, was from Saudi Arabia, that wouldn't have gone well. I was like, I don't know where someone like that would actually, you steal that amount of money. Um, I don't think there's anywhere in the world you could run at this point, that they wouldn't find you. That would be my impression. There'd be a lot of people with a lot of money who would have a big motivation to track you down. Um, so yeah, it's kind of a very strange section that way. Of here he is, and he's not really much. He's very kind of clean and empty in a way, very efficient and empty in the way that he admired Vincent. The next section, we do see Vincent. Vincent, who has become a chef, and specifically a chef on a shipping container ship that's shuttling between various ports of call Johannesburg, um, various other places, like a kind of a triangle trade sort of thing, um, of like Africa, Europe, and United States. And we learned that basically she got up one day, like knowing that Jonathan was like either was being arrested or was in the process of about to be arrested, cut off all her hair, went down to a stylist and got it done a little bit better. Um, got a like a little nanny suite, slept on a mattress on the floor. Um, got a couple of jobs, one as a bartender, the other as a working in a kitchen. And she had preferred the kitchen one because as a bartender you're basically on display. And indeed, her old friend Marianne, uh, who loved Saeed, comes in to her where she's working as a bartender one day and just pointedly does not recognize her, even when she says, "Hey, Marianne." It's like, "Yeah, I'd like my drink, please." And it's like, it's not even like, it's just like she acts like, just, "I don't even see you. You've become the invisible class yet again." Very much like that bodyguard is what it kind of things. And Vincent just walks out, and she says, "Yeah, I'm gonna just work in the kitchen. Just, I want to go to sea." And that's what she does. And now she's at sea, and she's been there for like 3 months, and she's planning on basically just being there. And it turns out her mother was at sea for a while, and it just really fascinated her as a kid. And her mother didn't even really like it that much. She both loved it and hated it in equal measure, and only did it for a little while. But it really fascinates Vincent, and so she's working on this container ship. And so yeah, we're bouncing back and forth from thing. It occurs to me that we've not heard at all from Paul since that first section of like, why don't you eat broken glass? And that wasn't even from his point of view. That was from the point of view of Walter, the guy who was running the Glss Htl, the manager who threatened him with stuff. We haven't seen him since. And I'm thinking about him and his kind of drug addiction and stuff like that. And Lucas, Jonathan's older brother, who was a painter, who was a drug addict who overdosed. So yeah, it's an interesting book about perhaps rather empty people, glass people, who are only kind of visiting this thing, not really making a home for themselves in this world. I don't know. That's my lame attempt at sussing out metaphors and all that so far in this section. All right, I will leave it there and head upstairs because my Ja doesn't have a doodle to take to comfort her at the moment, to keep her company, because the doodle is at puppy love, because we are heading off to Souk tomorrow for a couple of days of rest and relaxation, and hopefully lots of book reading for me. At least that's my plan. More videos later.